Hi, it's Teresa with Crafty with Teresa. Thank you so much for joining me today. Well, today I'll be showing you the December 2024 Paper Pumpkin Notes from the Heart kit. We'll go through the supplies and the designs, and hopefully I'll have some time to get to some of the alternatives. As we're going through this kit, if you have never received one, they're amazing. You'll see here today just how simple and easy they are. There are so many types of crafters today, and in this case we have the step-by-step project, which is to say that everything is in one kit, it's mobile, and it is everything you need to create some beautiful cards without having to pack up a craft room. You see the envelopes here, the stickers for addressing them, adhesive, embellishments, the focal point die cuts, the card bases, and vellum leaves, and of course an instruction guide that goes along with it. There are several different types of crafters, and I like these kits myself for when I need to basically get the creative juices flowing and come up with ideas, and then I like to expand on them. If you know me, if you've been watching me, you know I also like to change it up. So you have your step-by-step project craft group, you have your easy and quick options, which I showed you in my last video, which is the sentiments are already done for you. There's options there. And then the last one is what I call myself, which is create it your way. So I look at these, I come up with ideas of how to make alternatives and use up the supplies in my stash as well as the supplies in this kit. The other thing that's in this kit is also, in this particular case, a stamp set that has a ton of sentiments. I mean, this stamp set can be used for so many different occasions. I plan to use it for anything from masculine cards, happy birthday, congratulations, just a note. I'll be using it for Valentine's cards, Mother's Day cards. Basically, pretty much all 12 months of the year, I plan to use this type of stamp set. In today's video, for sure, I will get the kit items done, which is a happy birthday. There'll be just a note, and there'll be a congratulations card. So I'm actually going to start with the sentiment strips. I will take my stamp, and I actually do it this way. I line it up on my mat, and then I take my block and I attach it to my block so that I know that it's straight. Then I'll take that Blackberry Bliss Stampin' Spot, ink up the sentiment, and then I'll stamp it onto that sentiment strip so it's ready to be attached to the card. Now I find it best to go through and do these things sometimes in assembly line, so that's what I'm going to do. All of these sentiments that we're going to be using on these cards today, I'm going to stamp those first. So we'll walk through that, and then that way I can clean up my stamp blocks and my stamps and put those away and move on to the next one. For this video today, we'll do each card one at a time. So I'm going to grab what I need for this card. We need the beautiful scalloped card base. We're actually going to use the scalloped card base as is. I do end up cutting them up for some alternatives. Hopefully I can get some of those in today. We're going to grab that beautiful flower. I'll grab the vellum leaves. And in this case, you're going to see that I'm designing as I go. I'm just trying to figure out, how do I want to put this on? Do I want to put the vellum on first? Do I want to layer the vellum so that I get a little bit more of a layered look? Do I want to pop the whole thing up? I'm just walking through my design process ideas. So I finally decided that I'm going to kind of do a mixture of both. I'm going to add the adhesive tape in layers behind. I hope this makes sense. Let me show you what I'm talking about. On the cardstock focal point, I add a piece of the adhesive, and then I lay the vellum leaves on top of it. And I go back and forth. Now originally I didn't mention this, but I do actually use removable tape to put it all together to start with. So I'll do that all the way through the back. Reminder, only use the adhesive tape on the cardstock focal point. I've just found that that works best. I'll grab my handy dandy tool, start removing that adhesive. For those with hand challenges, this tool is amazing to remove that double-sided adhesive tape. It is very sticky, just as a reminder, so be aware of that. Now, I'm ready. I know what my design looks. Well, here you're going to see I have an oopsie. I do end up cutting some of that out, but I actually started putting this on the wrong side of the cardstock. I know nobody has ever done this. You'll see, though, that my alternate card is using what I did from the oopsie. I learned that oopsies can also be an embellishment opportunity. Barb, if you're here, thank you 100 times over for helping me learn how to handle these oopsies or embellishment or opportunities to be creative. So we'll just put this first card together. We've added it to the card base. Now we are going to put some dimensionals onto the sentiment strip, which says happy birthday. We'll add our beautiful gold embellishments, and card number 1 is finished. Next, I'll give you some highlights on the changes I made to the process of cards 2 and 3, but they're very, very similar. So I'd like to take this opportunity to just give you the highlights so that I can give you some updates on new and upcoming products coming out, as well as some coming soon information. So on card number 2, the only difference really on card number 2 is that I actually cut up the vellum leaves. Because the focal point was just very large for this card base, I felt like the leaves themselves were kind of getting lost in the background a little bit. So I cut them up and spaced them out a little bit more, and I think this one turned out great. This is just my personal preference. You would not have to do any changes. You could just place them all underneath that leaf. So the other thing I wanted to let you know while I'm finishing up card number 2 is that Stampin' Up! Has dropped a ton of new products. We have some online exclusives, we have a new mini catalog, as well as some new scrapbooking kits. The mini catalog goes from January through April of 2025. The scrapbooking kits, there are 4, and the one thing that Stampin' Up! Does very well, they will offer free products along with the purchase throughout the year at times, and this is one of those times. It's called Celebration. You have the opportunity to get those free products as you're buying from the website. This can be any purchase that you made, online exclusives, cardstock, kits, suite collections, anything you purchase, you will get an opportunity to get some items from the Celebration catalog. Getting back to card number 2, I think it turned out great. I did once again use the adhesive on the back, same process, clipped off any areas that may have been sticking out on the top or the bottom, added the sentiment, and again this card is finished. Now card number 3, the only difference that you will see on card number 3, I used some glue a little bit on card number 3. Just wanted to change it up a little bit. I decided I did not want that to have a lot of dimension on it. So I only put the dimension on the sentiment itself. Now, if you've stayed with me through the end, you get a bonus section here. And what I wanted to share with you is, first of all, the envelopes, those items that were in the kit, you can put those on your envelopes. And here you'll see that they're ready to go. Now you have to do is just add your from and your to, and those envelopes really kind of are stepped up. And I think they look great. I like having some variety and things like that. The other bonus item is I wanted to show you 2 of the cards that I actually created as alternatives. I did not go way out on a limb on these cards. However, I will do that throughout the year as I make additional cards for the different months of the year. I'm making quite a few masculine. I plan on making on the first design that had the beautiful flower. I plan on making Valentine's Day and Mother's Day cards from that design, variations of it. For the leafy design, I plan on making Father's Day card, as well as you'll see one here that I made that is actually for a birthday, masculine birthday card. And then, of course, this was my husband's favorite, so I'm saving the best for last. And this is the alternate I made of card number 1, where again, we're just adding layers of paper. And in this case, I cut the card base with the scallops, and I used a portion of that card base as an additional layer. So here you have it. I want to thank you so much for joining me today. I want to welcome, I do have some new subscribers. I want to thank you for joining me. If you have not already subscribed and you're new to my channel, please do so. It does help my channel. It helps me to know what to provide for you. So any comments, any feedback is always welcome. If you'll also hit that like and notification button, it helps my channel as well. And it helps you to see the new videos as they come out. So thank you again for joining me, and until next time, have a great day.